Hello there, my name is Martin Henley. This is the What the series, and in episode number 21, we're answering the important question, what is positioning in marketing? In addressing the question, what is positioning in marketing, there are 6 things we'll be sharing with you. We are of course going to answer the question, what is positioning? We'll be answering the question, why positioning in marketing is so important, who needs to be thinking about positioning in marketing, how you do positioning in marketing, what the components of positioning in marketing are, and when to do your positioning in marketing. Let's get this started, Sonny. As always, when we come to explain this marketing jargon, we are looking for a definition, and we found this definition at wikipedia.com. And what they tell us is that positioning refers to the place that a brand occupies in the minds of the customers and how it is distinguished from the products of the competitors and different from the concept of brand awareness. In order to position products or brands, companies may emphasize the distinguishing features of their brand, what it is, what it does, and how, etc., or they may try to create a suitable image, inexpensive or premium, utilitarian or luxurious, entry-level or high-end, etc., through the marketing mix. Once a brand has achieved a strong position, it can become difficult to reposition it. Positioning is one of the most powerful marketing concepts. Now, that last sentence I agree with 100%. This is probably one of the most important marketing concepts. But I'm not entirely happy with this definition because it sounds to me a little bit like branding, which absolutely is part of positioning, but it's not all of it. So I went looking for another definition, and I found this one, would you believe it, at corporatefinanceinstitute.com. What they say is that market positioning refers to the ability to influence consumer perception regarding a brand or product relative to competitors. The objective of market positioning is to establish the image or identity of a brand or product so that consumers perceive it in a certain way. Now, that doesn't sound very different to me, but the 2 of these definitions aren't quite as broad as I need them to be. Now, the reason I'm sharing this corporate finance definition with you is because they go on to talk about types of positioning strategies. So it's product attributes and benefits, product price, product quality, product use and application, as well as competitors. So this is starting to get a little bit more interesting. They're starting to think a little bit more broadly about this. Now, I don't understand why this is 5 strategies. For me, this should all be 1 strategy, which is how you go about positioning your business, not only in the minds of your customers, but in the minds of your prospective customers, in the minds of your competitors, in the place in the market. So for me, positioning is a much, much broader thing. Which brings us to the question then, why is positioning in marketing so important? And let me tell you, positioning in marketing is critically important. And I'm going to give you 3 good reasons why you might want to get motivated about investing more in your positioning. The first reason is that this absolutely works. And in true marketing fashion, I have a case study for you. Now, the case study is a brand that you will have heard of. The case study is about Dove, the soap people. Now, what you might not know is that in 1957, when Dove launched their new products, soap was largely targeted at males with filthy hands. So soap was an almost exclusively male product, but it was almost exclusively about cleaning. What happened in 1957 is that Dove came on the market and they included moisturizer in their soap, and now they could market it to women as this would have a skin health benefit. So what they did immediately that they came onto the market in 1957 is position themselves slightly different and target a whole new market, which was effectively women. Then what happened in the 1960s is that Dove positioned themselves alongside the female empowerment movement. positioning themselves again closer to women. In the 1980s, they broadened their product range to include shampoos, etc. And in the 1990s, they broadened their international reach. Now, what they did that you will probably know about, in 2004, they came out with their Real Beauty campaign. And what this was about going to war with fake beauty, going to war with the photoshopping of models. Now, this is interesting because what happened is that this campaign is credited with taking Dove from $2.5 billion a year in turnover to $4 billion a year. And that was achieved in the way that Dove, the soap company, have achieved everything in their history by positioning themselves extraordinarily well. So, reason number one that you want to be investing in your positioning is because this absolutely categorically works. Reason number two that you want to be investing in your positioning is because this is incredibly efficient. So you might remember way back in video number 2, we defined marketing as finding, winning, and keeping customers profitably. And I still believe that's a great definition of marketing. The issue here is that if you don't have to find customers, if your customers are finding you, then that does away with 33.33% of our definition. So clearly this is much more efficient. Now also, if your customers are finding you or your prospective customers are finding you, that makes them motivated buyers. They are not hoping and dreaming that they might have a solution to their problems at some point in the future. They are proactively looking for that solution and they are finding you. And that makes them much better prospects than the prospects you might find. It's the world of difference between you phoning somebody up saying, you don't know me, but I'm hoping I can help you, to somebody phoning you up and saying, I really hope you can help me. So this is absolutely 33% more efficient if your customers, your prospective customers, are finding you because they are looking for a solution, then positioning that they can find you, and what they find when they find you is critically important and hugely efficient. Now, the third reason that you want to be investing in your positioning is because you are 100% in control of the way that you position your products, your services, and your business. 100% in control. Now, you might not believe that at this stage, but stick with me. I'm going to demonstrate exactly how you can take charge of the way that you position your business. Which brings us to the question then, who needs to be thinking about positioning? Well, if you've heard what I've just said about how important this is, I would say anyone who is interested in finding, winning, and keeping customers more profitably, anyone who's interested in being more successful in their marketing, more successful in their business, should absolutely be investing some time, some energy, and some money in thinking about the way that their products and services and their business are positioned. So the answer to the question, who needs to be thinking about positioning in marketing, is you if you want to be successful. I really hope you're hearing me, and I really hope that you're getting excited and motivated about the prospect of improving the position of your products and services and your business to realize the benefits of positioning in marketing. But you're probably asking me, how do you actually do that? Well, what you need to do is remember that you are positioning yourself within your market. So you need to do your market research. We covered that in video number 7. You need to know that your products and services are the start of everything in marketing. You need to make sure that the products and services that you're offering are what your market wants. We looked at offering assessment in video number 9. Now, you need to know that your customers, those people that are happy already buying your services, hold the secret to the keys of your marketing. They know exactly the value that you're offering. We looked at customer analysis in video number 14, and what you're actually doing here is positioning yourself as opposed to your competitors. We looked at competitor analysis in video number 16. So actually all these things are all the keys, all the components, not quite the components, but all of what you need to know we have covered in earlier videos. So check out market research in video number 7, offering assessment in video number 9, customers and customer satisfaction in videos 14 and 15, and competitor analysis in number 16, and you will be equipped to start thinking about how you position your business. Which brings us then to question number 5, what are the components of positioning in marketing? What is it that you need to be mastering if you are going to be in control of the way your products and services are positioned? And for me, there are 7 components. So those components are, the components of positioning in marketing are, number 1, the products and services that you provide. Clearly, everything in sales and marketing starts with what it is that you're offering, what it is that you're marketing, what it is that you have to sell. So component number 1 is your products and services. Component number 2 is your pricing. You are 100% in charge of what you charge for your products and services. And you don't believe me? If you don't believe me, come along for video number 22. I'm going to demonstrate that that is exactly the case. But the way you price your products and services will have the biggest effect on the success of your business. Component number 3 is who you decide to sell to. So component number 4 is your brand. Component number 5 is who you associate your products and services and your business with. Component number 6 is your messaging and the way you evidence the success and the value that you deliver for your customers. And component number 7 is huge. It's about placement. It's about where you actually put your products and services. Now, clearly, I'm not going to get this done in 15 minutes today. So what you need to do is subscribe to make sure you don't miss at least the next 7 videos, because we're going to be going through in detail each of these components to put you in charge of the way that you position your business so that you can enjoy the success that you deserve. So today's final question, question number 6, is the question, when do you do positioning in marketing? Now, I sound like a broken record. I know I do. I don't care. I'm going to tell you every single time. The very best time to do your positioning in your marketing is before you even start. Then you need to do it regularly, and I will tell you why. Because change is the human condition. So what will happen in your market, what happens in every market, is the terminology people use, trends and fads and fashions will change, and you need to make sure that your business, your products, your services are continuously positioned in the way that you want them to be positioned. And I have perhaps a surprising example of this. The example I'm going to demonstrate is digital marketing, because you might think that digital marketing has been around at least since the beginning of the internet. But I'm going to surprise you and let you know that digital marketing didn't really start happening until 2013, when the internet was already 20 years old. And I can demonstrate this for you. So what was happening before 2013 is that people were using terms like internet marketing, or they were using terms like web marketing. So you can see here in February 2004, it's all about internet marketing. And internet marketing was what this was about if you weren't talking about web marketing. And then all of a sudden, in December 2012, January, February 2013, digital marketing started to take over. Now, I have absolute experience of this. Now, if you're talking about this, 90% of people, 95% of people are talking about digital marketing. People still talk about internet marketing, they still talk about web marketing. But 95% of the time when we refer to these things, then people are talking about digital marketing. So what's interesting about this is I stopped marketing my business in 2014, and when I went back to my website recently, I saw that I was still marketing internet marketing services and internet marketing training. So you can see in the last 6 years, in the last 5-6 years, my website has become completely irrelevant because I wasn't on top of my positioning. So the answer to the question, when do you need to be thinking about your positioning, is you need to keep an eye on this all the time, because the danger is if you're not on top of this, then the world might move on and you might be left behind, and you will no longer be positioned as the business that people want to be doing business with. If you are still with us, well done. You now know exactly what positioning in marketing is. You know why positioning and marketing is so important. You know who needs to be thinking about positioning and marketing. It's you if you want to be successful. You know how to do positioning and marketing. You know what the components of positioning and marketing are, and you know when to do positioning and marketing. If you have found this interesting or useful, please take a second to like, share, subscribe, maybe comment. Maybe there's a piece of marketing jargon that you would like to see defined in this fashion. If you found it really interesting and useful, why not head across the Effective Marketing Company blog and subscribe there, and you will get this marketing jargon bullshit busting goodness in your inbox every single day. We are done here, Sonny.